Hey, I'm back with another video, but before I get into this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. My video is going to be about me finding my first true love and not knowing, that that's what it was. But, it's not about a man. It's not about anything like relationship wise, but I'm going to get into the story. So, growing up, like I told y'all before, like my mother wasn't the real, affectionate type parent. She wasn't the type to come in, hug you, say how your day was, tell you was beautiful, tell you looking nice, that wasn't her. I don't blame her for it because, like I said before, it's generational. So you usually mimic what you have seen and what you was taught. So, it was just me and my brother, and we moved away to Chicago when we were young, and we really didn't have, family that we were around, and so like it was just like me and my brother. Like I felt isolated. So, once I got older, I started looking for that attention and that love and that belonging in the wrong places. And it led me to, giving myself away to people that would tell me, like I love you or this or this or that. And then, once I would, you know, get in myself and, my heart and all this and all that, then they would, you know, be on to the next. So when I was 17, I met my kid's father. And shortly thereafter, I became pregnant. So, when I didn't really I started feeling different. Like my body was going through different things. But I was still like, I would have like weird like cycles and stuff like that. So I went to the doctors. I took several pregnancy tests and they were all coming back, not pregnant. But I'm like, it's something going on, and I'm feeling like, that it's a baby in her. So the visit right before, the doctor told me, like if the test come back negative this time, we gonna do blood, do it through your blood. So when I went to the doctor that time, guess who made themselves known? My daughter. So I was so like, I don't know how to describe it. I was nervous, I was scared, but I was so happy to know that I was gonna have a baby, to know that I was gonna have, someone that would love me unconditionally and love only me, and I could love them back the same way. So, I don't know, like while I was pregnant with her, I didn't like her dad. I didn't want to be around him. I didn't want to, none of that. So we would be like phone conversation. That was like mainly it. But I wanted to give my baby, everything that I feel like I didn't have, and I didn't want my baby to want for nothing. So I got a job at McDonald's while I was pregnant with her. I was still going to school. It was my senior year. It was the beginning of senior year when I found out. When I found out, I was already 3 months pregnant. So, going through school, it was hard, like dealing with a lot of things. My mom had moved back to Chicago. I was staying with my aunt. She was my aunt was real awesome, and I'm forever grateful to her for everything that she did for me because she didn't have to do it. She made sure that, that I was motivated to get up, go to school, even on the days when I didn't feel like it or, I was just tired. She pushed me to want to do it. So, like I said, I got a job. Um, like every check that I got, I spent it on my baby. I didn't have a baby shower because I didn't need to have a baby. I had a baby shower, but nobody came. I mean, not nobody came, but I didn't really get gifts. But she didn't need nothing because I made sure that everything that she would need that I bought. So, I had my baby 6 days after I graduated. So my baby she was with me when, I graduated. So, I went into labor, had my baby, and when I first seen her, like, it was just, I just knew, like, I love this little girl with everything in me. So, it was a lot of negative comments and, what I wasn't going to be able to do, what I wasn't going to be able to accomplish, and it was a lot of negativity around me. So I believe, back, because my daughter is finna be 26 now. So back then, you didn't really hear about postpartum. You didn't really know about postpartum. But now knowing what I know about postpartum, I believe that I developed postpartum. So, for like 2 weeks, I don't know if it was, I didn't want to be the mother to, I don't know if I was scared that I was going to mess up something or hurt her or something, but I couldn't, I didn't want to touch her. I didn't want to hold her. I didn't for 2 weeks. So, during that time, we had went back to Chicago with my mother. So, my mother was like, I'm finna get ready to go back to work and, you're going to have to deal with your baby and, whoop the whoop and this and this and that. So, the first day at home by myself with her, it was hard. And, she woke up crying because my mother had, she changed her and fed her and everything before she left. But she woke up crying and I was just standing there looking at her like what I'm supposed to do. So finally I picked her up and it was just something just like clicked inside of me. Like when she looked up at me like, thank you for finally, showing me some attention. And she stopped crying and I just held her and was looking at her and she was looking at me till she just finally went to sleep. So from that day forward, I couldn't put her down. I couldn't stop loving on her. I couldn't, it was just something I just couldn't explain. So, like I told you all, I got pregnant again and I went through something. Like, it was something mental I went through. So, I had 2 more kids after that, which made 4. So, by this time, everything in me was like, go to work. You got to pay bills. You got to take care of these kids. You got to, you got to provide. That's what was in me. That's what I seen. Like, provide. So, I want to say she was about 14 And I started noticing like a change in her. And it's some situations that had came up that I'm not going to discuss, but they were detrimental to me. And I had to sit back and ask myself, like, when you were doing certain things at her age, and what were you doing it for? You was crying out for attention. So, before that, when things were happening, I would yell at her, cuss her out, whoop her, doing all that, the things that, that I knew. This is the type of parenting that I knew because that's how I was parented. So, like I said, I had to step back and I had to, ask myself, like, you steady yelling at her, you steady whooping her, and she's doing the same shit. So, like, it's not working. So, I sat her down, I talked to her, and I was, like, what is the problem? Like, I'm not finna yell at you. I'm not finna put my hands on you. I'm not finna do nothing. I just want to know, what is the problem? What can we do? Because I don't want to lose you to some guy in the street or, nothing. I don't want to lose you. So, we talked and we figured it out. And I had to figure out that my parenting was wrong. So, after that, things straightened up. She finished high school. She was real smart in school. Had good grades. She didn't give me no trouble, no problems, no nothing. She went to college. She's finna be 26. She don't have no kids. She's living, her best life. When I was 26, I had 4 kids. So, I just wanted different for her. I didn't want her to go down the same path that I went down. Like, we would sit, we would talk if there was something going on, and she felt the way about something. All my kids, they feel the way about something, they come to me, we sit, we talk about it. If it's a situation and they be like, well, Mama, I feel like you was wrong about how you handled that situation. I'm gonna listen. They, they're children, but they still human. They have feelings. So I had to, I had to fix myself. I had to break that generational curse and do better because I didn't want my kids to go through a lot of the things that I went through, experience a lot of the things. Like, you can't stop them from living, and they're going to go through things in life, but some things you can stop them from going. Some roads you can stop them from going down. Now, some of them might be a little bit defiant and they have to figure it out on their own, but 9 times out of 10, if you talk to your kid and not at your kid, they will listen. So, and that's why I say that's my first true love. She's the first one who taught me the true meaning of loving someone, wanting to make sure that they're protected, make sure that they're provided for, make sure that nothing's harming or hurting them. So I just want to come on and say that, and just get that off my chest. It's a lot of stuff that I talk about with generational curses because generational curses are real. And people, like, right now to this day be like, you and your daughter, y'all act like y'all best friends, and she is. She's been with me through a lot of things. We grew up together. And she is. And I won't let nothing or nobody hurt or harm her. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. And make sure you all like, comment, subscribe, and share.